Now let's do these. Then we do this. Should be good to go. Mute it because I don't have any sound anyway. How many drivers we got today? 17. Decent, decent. Bum 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 bum. Good evening, James. How are you? Just waiting for get everything underway, and then we'll get more chatting going. Here comes Carl. Wonder if I can adjust the. I won't bother changing the delay. Yeah, all good, man. To be fair, a bit of a sore throat, but other than that, I'm pretty good. How you feeling about Russia? We've got 17, waiting for Speedy. That's a pretty good turnout. Pretty good turnout. So, one, two, Chubbs here, Moyland. Who's in the Haas? Here comes Joe. There he is in the Alpha. I think there's still one or two. Pretty sure at least one. Liam Shane with Dutch face. think we're waiting on one more person. Almost a full grid, very nice to see. Qualifying launching now. Okay, so we're ready and up, about to get in there. Let's quickly... You hope it brains mid-race? Yeah, I mean, like, a bit of race would add a little bit of extra spice on it, to be fair. It's not all bad. Oh, I might actually be able to get Gaz in for a co. Okay, right, now that's that done, let's really jump over here. Let's get on to this today at 4:40. So, hello everybody and welcome to round 11 of the Rapid Pixel Racing League, GP1. We're racing around Russia today. I'm the host, DXT Nevo, and literally it's just me, myself and I. Possibly might be having someone else come in. We'll wait and see. They just got in. Hobo's definitely a no-go, but might be able to get Gaz. But for now, it's fine. You've got the better person. It's me. Don't worry about it. I will save the stream, like I do every week. So we're good, guys. We're good. Let's quickly get on with the drivers' stand-ins. So currently sitting in first place, we have Moyland on 159 points. Second place, we have Johnny Stokes on 154. Third place, we've got RPR Chubb on 140. Fourth place we've got Scott Harris on 133. Fifth place we've got Avi on 76. Sixth place McDutchface on 75. Seventh place we've got Al Jadifa on 57. Eighth place we've got Erez Hamazrashi on 46. Ninth place we've got Wumax on 16. 10th Robson Racer on 12. 11th we've got Lewis Williams on 9. 12th place we've got Neles on 8. 13th we've got El Stefano on 7. 14th place we've got 3 Sync on 4. Joint 15 we have Bonesma and Speedy on 2 points, and then joint 17th, all on 0 points, we've got Booker Bronco, Hud Sojo and Carl Frood. I understand Booker Bronco is not here today, so because he's not feeling very well, so feel better soon, mate. Be nice to have you back. Let's really pop back toward the stream. Evening Rob, evening Mrs. Carl, evening Moyland as well. How is everybody today, or tonight I should say? Right, let me guess. Oh wait, hang on a minute, did someone else just go out before? Nah, there's no way someone went out before James Al. He's still in the pits. What is going on here? Sojo actually went out first. James Al's usually always the first. So we'll quickly run round here with Hud Sojo. Actually, do we want to see what tyres people have got on? Yes, okay, we'll do that. Right, anyway, the constructors. First place, leading the way on 229 points, is the McLaren F1 team. Second place, we have Red Bull on 173. Third place, we've got the Alpine on 166. Fourth place, Aston Martin on 148. Fifth place, we've got Mercedes on 122. Sixth place, we have AlphaTauri on 67. Seventh place we've got the Ferrari on 44. Eighth place we've got the Alfa Romeo on 43. Ninth place we've got Williams on 21. And in last place we have the Haas on 10 points. So that is the drivers and the constructors so far. Let's really jump back to your stream. Should see reserves and things. I'm having a... You're having a SIG. Really? Really? Looking all dry. Okay, that's cool. So all dry race. Could be quite good. Was that a... That looked like quite a wide line there from Hud Sojo, but still just the out lap, so it doesn't really matter. Let's do a full on board lap with Hud Sojo. First man out on the track. Let's see what he can do. Coming down the straight right now to start his lap, and here he goes. Coming through this little turn 1 here. I don't believe that turns like that on the straight should be turns, but here we go. This is what it is. On the run down now to turn 2. Oh, missing the apex there, but didn't actually put him over that little bubble curve. So here we go on this real long turn 3. Look at this. Just never ending. And then boff, here it comes into turn 4. Again, a little bit away from the apex there, but looks like maybe a bit of a lag or something going on here, because he's slightly moving around a little bit. So the lines might look worse than they actually are, even though they're not been that bad. So here we go now. It's turn 6, if I'm not mistaken. Through this little left-hander here on the run down. Through this little kinky right-hander on the run there. On the way now down. This is turn 11. Big old DRS straight all the way down here. This little left kick, turn 12. Well, a lot of people will try and hug this last minute, like Hud Sojo did just then. Or a little bit of a cut, kind of backed out of it there through the turn 13. Coming through turn 14 now on the accelerator into 15. Now these corners can actually be quite tricky, but it looks like he's actually done it quite nicely. Maybe a little bit wide for turn 16 there. On the rundown now for turn 17. Been relatively steady lap. Let's see what the time he can do through turn 18 now. On the power, across the line, 135.8. So who else is on a lap now? We've got Rob, who's now coming through turn 13. So let's see what Rob can do. Was he the next one? He wasn't even the next one actually. But let's see what everyone else is going to do. So Hud Sojo 135.8 is the time to beat currently. I'm pretty sure someone else. Maybe it is going to be Rob. I don't think it was Rob second. Let's find out. Here we go. Rob coming across the line. 134.0. So nice little time from Rob there. Pushes Hud Sojo down to second. And then we've got an Aston Martin. That's not Carl, so it's going to be... Okay, Chubb's coming into the pits after invalidating. Who do we jump on board with? Let's do a... Let's do a Carl. Let's do Carl. Got Mr. Carl in the race. Mrs. Carl in the chat. Oh crap. Wrong button. Bring that back up. Go back to here quickly. I think Bloke said Johnny H was going to get pulled up here. Bloke said Johnny H was going to get pole lap everyone and win the race. Okay, we'll see Jack, we'll see. We'll see what Johnny can do. So here we have now Carl coming on the rundown, little turn 12 into turn 13. Broadcast pretty much just doing on board or a little bit wide or deep into that, coming through turns 14 now. On the rundown to 15. Breaks it in there, gets that quite nice and tight actually. Nice wide entry. Into turn 16 on the run down now to turn 17 for Carl. Let's see what he can do. Sitting currently 130, so it's quite a short run to the line though. Let's see what he can do. Oh, almost loses it coming through turn 18, 136.4. So I mean, there's definitely plenty of time for Carl to find through that lap, especially with that little tank slapper ride at the end. So we've got Moyland who done a 131.5 there to get to first position. Avi on a 132.2, Scott Harris on a 132.7, Errors on a 133.1 currently. We've got El Stefano 133.7, and then Liam Shane here, new person for today, 134.3 there. So who else have we got out? We've got a few people out on an out lap. Who do we decide to follow? Let's go on board with James, usually the first man out, but was having a cheeky little SIG instead. So here we go through turn 1 now. The most pathetic turn ever, apart from Austria's turn 2, I think it is. On the run down now to turn 2. Late in the brake, shifting down to 4th. Or just clip that little bubble curb, unsettle the car a little bit. This long turn 3. On the way down to turn 4 now, brakes late, swings it in on the power early. Nice little corner fair there, didn't go too wide. Here we go, turn 5. Gets it in there. The curbs are relatively forgiving here actually, not too bad unless you do kind of mount those sausage curbs. So it's turn 7. Oh, just a little couple downshifts there through turn 8. In fact that was turn 9, so turn 10 here, turn 11. As the Alpine's staying out of the way, very nice. This little left kick for turn 12. Onto the brakes for this turn 13. Nice slow corner. Kind of I feel like that turn 14 is kind of a weird one actually. It kind of almost appears like tighter than it really is. So here we go, turn 16 there for James, on the run down now to turn 17. And then the final corner of turn 18, looking like a relatively decent lap so far. He's got the 131.5 to beat, which is not going to quite, but 132.1 there, goes second position currently for James, so nice lap there. Let's see who else we've got. We've got Neles and Chubb, who's actually further around. Chubb is a little bit further around, with his teammate just behind him, so let's jump on board with Chubb, and then we can switch back on for Neles right at the end. So turn 8 here for Chubb. On the rundown now for turn 9. Nicely done by Chubb. This is looking like quite a nice lap so far from what I've seen. Here we go into turn 10. Going to get actually a really nice slipstream here from Wumax. This will gain him quite a nice little chunk of time. Wumax is, however, also on a lap though, so this could also affect him. He might just be far enough away, you know. Into turn 12 now. Late in the brakes, turn 13. Turns 14 is Wumax. Is it going to make much of a difference? I think he might be able to get away with this depending on how much he catches up through these last corners. Turns 15, turns 16 here. Oh, a little bit back endy on the power. I think he's going to catch him. He might catch him through turn 17. This could slow Chubb down a little bit, but Wumax is still making some relatively good time. Turn 18, Wumax runs wide, but Chubb 131.8. So decent time, and also did actually gain a slipstream. Might have lost a little bit in that last sector, but good lap time there from Chubb. And Neles crosses the line 135.1, and then Wumax. And so we've got Wumax on a 135.0, Neles on a 135.1, and you can see from the time differences how Chubb managed to catch up so much there. Going quite a little. How Chubb caught up with Wumax so much. Who else? We've got Johnny Stokes. McDutch Fate's still in the pits. Jadifa on an out lap. We've got Speedy on an out on an actual fast lap. Where's Speedy in comparison? Not as far around the track. So we're staying on board with Johnny Stokes here. What can he do coming through turns 13 and 14 into turn 15 here. Turn 16 looking quite nice. That was actually a really nice corner there from Johnny. Into turn 17 now, swings it in. And here we go, turn 18 to the line, 131.8. So just pips Chubb there, look how close that is, but Moyland still in control at this time. And here we go with Speedy. Oh, a little bit wide, didn't invalidate though, so that's not too bad. Now into turn 10. Here we go, on the rundown now for Speedy, coming into turn 12 and turn 13. Everyone's nicely out of the way here, so well done everybody for that. That was quite slow there through turn 13. Nicely navigated through turn 14 on the run down to 15. Here we go, Speedy obviously is still getting used to his no racing line, doing very well so far. This is looking like quite a tidy lap. On the run down now to turn 17. Nicely through there. Last corner, turn 18, short run to the line. It's going to be a 133.1, so it gets him up into 8th position there. Let's have a little look, see. Looks good. Prediction for top 5 and podium for race. Okay, so my top 5. I feel like every time I predict I get it wrong. Pole position, it's hard to tell in these early days. I'm going to literally just have to go off like what I've seen from people. And Bosma there goes second with 131.8, another 131.8, but a nice time from Bosma. We know he's quick. Where's Al Jadifa? Al Jadifa here, so we've got turn 8, so 9. On the run down to turn 10. Okay, so prediction, top 5. Pole position, I'm going to go with... bollocks. Pole position, I'm going to go Moyland. Second place, I am going to go... Moyland first. Second place... bollocks. Oh, this is tough, man. There's like 8 people. First place, Moyland. Second place is going to be Johnny Stokes. Third place, Scott Harris. Fourth place, Bonesma. Fifth place, it's between Chubb and James. I'm gonna go for Chubb. I think that's going to be the top 5 for quality. I'm going to go. Don't even remember what I said. Moyland, Johnny, Scotty, Bonesma, Chubb, or Chubb then Bonesma. Maybe Chubb then Bonesma. But Bonesma is quick. And then for the race, I am thinking for the. I mean, even McDutchface is there as well, and he could be up there. It's so hard to pick up a top 5 when there's like actually quite a few people that could actually do well and maybe even get a pole. Yeah, that's the thing. The top 6 is separated. Everyone's so close. It's quite hard to pick, and this is only qualifying 1. Like everyone's going to go a lot better again, probably on another run. Let's see what Bonesma can do. He's currently on a time as he's just come through turn 4. For the race. It completely depends if Moyland actually is a clean race. I think for the race, actually, I'm going to go Scotty Harris for the win. And I'm going to go Scotty Harris for the win. I'm going to go Chubb second, James third, McDutchface fourth, and Johnny fifth. That's how I'm going to do that. And I know Moyland's not in that top 5 there, but I feel like, I don't know. I feel like this could be a track where Moyland could spin. If Moyland doesn't spin, then I think I think he could win it. But Scotty's tactics recently, his strategy has been on point. So I feel like that's been getting him up there for some of these wins and really high positions, finishes. It's a bit of a tough one. It's a tough one. Safety cars will play a part. Oh, and GP2 fired over some distance. Oh, that's nice, man. I just feel like this one's a bit different. This is the thing. I still think you're going to be up there, and it could literally be. I'm putting it in that order, but it could literally be any way round. It's literally crazy. I mean, you try and go off other races and stuff like that, but anything can play into it. But you could be winning the race, and a safety car could completely blow your strategy, in which means like 4 people finishing ahead of you. And it's just mental. And I haven't really watched GP2, so I don't know. I don't know how everyone is in there. I know it's fairly similar people, isn't it? But Johnny second, yeah. And I'm expecting Johnny to be up there now as well. Generally, I can't call it. I'm just trying to mix it up. I always say that the same people, I think, in the same sort of positions. So I thought, sack it. I'm gonna go a bit different. I mean, it could just stay similar, and I could see, say if there's like no incidents and it's just flat out racing, I could see Moyland winning it, Johnny Stokes second, James or Scotty third and fourth, Chubb third, fourth or fifth. Like it's hard to call between a few people, like so hard. Like literally any little tiny thing could completely change the outcome of the race. So we're coming up to the end of Q1. Currently got Moyland. So the people who are currently missing out is Wemax, Neles and McDutchface, but McDutchface always sets these late lap times. So here we go, coming through turn 17. On the run down to turn 18 now, a little bit of a back step out. Oh, that was a poor turn 18, but moves himself up to 7th position and out of the danger zone. Wildcard. Yeah, see, Al Jadifa is always kind of there or thereabouts. And the same, I feel like with so far, like with El Stefano as well. I feel like El Stefano always is like there or thereabouts in the race. He does good strategy calls, capitalises at the right moments. Avi and Erez as well, both quick drivers, always there and thereabouts in qualifying. Doesn't always work out in the races though, but they're both quick drivers as well. I feel like there's 10 people, like the top 10 here, which literally anything could really happen. Like there's at least 8 people out of that top 10 who you would kind of back for the win. But then there's also still another 2 people that just always get it right for strategy. That can always end up being up there again. It's kind of mental having that many people being able to kind of win the race. So currently now we're coming up to the end of qualifying. We've got Carl going through on a lap, just come out of turn 4. Let's see what people can do. Carl sitting in 15th, so the man under pressure needs to try and better his time to keep himself or get himself through. Here we go. So coming through turn 8 and 9 now, runs really wide but doesn't invalidate into turn 10. Let's try and check on. And he's invalidated. That was a brutal invalidation. He barely went wide there. So now it's completely on everyone else behind him. Cod Sojo still on his 4-lap old softs. Nellis is finished, so Nellis can't beat Carl. But Hud Sojo is half a second up, and that will be enough to get him through into Q2. Let's see now who's in front of him on the track. It's Carl. Oh no, he's almost lost it. That could cost him. That little spin there could have absolutely just cost Hud Sojo the chance of getting through. Carl Frew's now down in 16th. Okay. And Hud Sojo moves up to 14th, even with that time. So Carl is now down into 17th. I swear my thing changing, because it put like Rob and Carl, I swear, different positions. But anyway, Rob's just chilling on the straight. Nice one, Rob. Well played. Just a bit of a breather. I can understand it's probably pretty hectic driving around a track. But so here we do. We have the top 15 who will be going through to Q2. We have Moyland, Bonesma, Johnny Stokes, Chubb, James Al, Avi, McDutchface, Scotty, Erez, Speedy, Al Jadifa, Liam Shane, El Stefano, Hud Sojo and Rob, all making their way through into the Q2 there. So unfortunate for the people that didn't quite make it. And would say Lewis, but rumour has it as COVID and I took a seat. Yeah, I agree with you. I definitely think Lewis has got COVID, and he likes to spread it around as well. He goes around just giving free hugs and coughing in people's faces. You slightly crashed on last corner. Slightly crashed, or like smashed your car up. No, actually I think you're right. Otherwise it would have kicked you out, wouldn't it? No, actually it did kick you out. I wish it had actually done that actually in the thing. So unlucky, Rob, mate. You did well to get in there. It's just a shame you can't take part. Chubb, I think it's to be fair, I think this is going to be a close race too. If there's no issues, like no safety cars, and it's just an absolute like just full on race, which is unlikely because this game likes to bring out safety cars, but this could be mental. Literally like 8 to 10 people. Definitely at least 8 people that could win this race, and that's mental to think that there's almost half the grid could win this race. So it's looking pretty good. Look how many people got top 4. So the top, what we got there? So we've got the top 7 split by just over a second, and then again top 8 just over a second, and it drops down a little bit for 9th and 10th. But again, that was Q1. Got so much more to go. Why is it not advanced yet? Okay. Is this stuck? Is what's going on here? Is it stuck? Am I stuck? Did I get stuck? Am I lost? Am I lost in like the I think there's been an issue. Connection is slow for review, I think. I mean, I know there's like just issues across the globe. Like, I mean, Facebook's gone down. You can imagine Facebook going down. It just affects internet in general. Okay, well, I guess we'll just wait. We'll wait and see. Okay, everyone's stuck in a loading screen, waiting for 3 people to load. That's never good. I mean, I've got nowhere to be, boys, so... What, Rob? Was that Welsh? So, while we're waiting... Oh, here we go, 30 seconds. 30 seconds. Let's have some predictions from you guys. Let's see, who do you think's gonna... First, second and third in quali. And we'll go down to 5th for the race. Let me get your predictions and I want to see what everyone says. Ow. Lobby's crashed, sorry, can't see the keyboard properly. Okay. Okay, yeah, I can see how that can sort of resemble crashed. It's got the C, the H, the A, the E, and the S. Just in a very poor order there, Rob. Okay, Q2, the top 14, as Rob crashed out. Let's have a little butchers, what we're gonna have. So a few people looking at the old, it's James, of course, now he's back at it, straight out, straight away. I knew it was too good to be true. Decided to put the cigarette down and just get out there. On the soft tyres as well. Still got a few people looking at the mediums. Got Chubb, El Stefano, Hud Sojo, Johnny Stokes and Scott Harris. All having a little look-see at the mediums. Let's see what we've got. What is James going to do? Coming through turn 6 and 7 into 8 and 9. On our way to turn 10. Yes, Rob, that would have worked so much better. That would have made so much more sense. So here we are on board with James, coming through turns 15 and 16 now. Let's see what he can do. Going to jump on board with James on the soft tyres. So these will be the tyres whoever he identifies time on to start the race on. Starts his lap on the run down now, turn 1. This stupid little right kink. Gets right up close to the curb. On the run down now to turn 2. Quite a late break in, down into 3rd. That's quite a nice corner here. Now this long arse turn 3. Starts off a little bit wide, bring it in just towards the end of it. And then quite a quick turn 4 here, cuts that, jumps a little bit, bobbles off that little bubble curve there. Here we go now into turn 5. It's actually quite a fast corner as well, but very easy to run wide and invalidate. Through to turn 6 and 7. That's a very fast corner, that turn 7. Here we go now, turns 8 and 9. Again, very easy to invalidate. Keeps it on the black stuff though. Whips it through turn 10 on this long run down now, where you get turns 11 and 12 through this little straight. Hugging this wall. Bit of slipstream off Liam there. Round this little turn 12. Hard on the brakes for turn 13. Swings it in through turn 14. Nice little lap time so far from James. Here we go now on the run down turns 15 and 16. Quite a quick track this one. A little bit wide there, but still a nice little line on the run down now for turn 17. Coming up to the end of the lap for James. What's he going to do? His lap time's looking quite fast right now. Here we go, and it's a 1:31.8, and almost spun out there actually, so a little bit more extra time from James is possible, but a decent little lap time, 1:31.8. We've got Hud Sojo out there on a set of mediums. Who's kind of next to kind of go? Scotty Harris is quite far. I think it might actually be HD for outlap. There we are, Stefano. Is it Hud Sojo? I think it is Hud Sojo actually. I told you now, through turn 17 on these mediums, don't forget 17 through 18 now. On the run down to the line of 134.5, so decent little lap time on the mediums from Hudsojo, who we've even got behind him. It looks like an AlphaTauri of Al Jadifa, who's actually on his out lap, so now it's going to be the Mercedes. Errors is the first one here. Coming through turn 18, swings it in on the power, 132.6. And now Avi, I think it was, yeah, through turns 18. Who's he got behind him? Oh, that was, okay, he was on an out lap, so who's that behind him? That's El Stefano, also on an out lap, and McLaren of Johnny. What's he going to set? A 132.5 on those mediums, so some really nice time coming in on these mediums actually. Scotty Harris 132.5 on those medium tyres as well. And then we've got an Alfa Romeo of Speedy on again on these medium tyres, so let's see what he can do coming through turn 17, throwing it into turn 18. It's going to be a 133, almost losing it on the end there, 133.9. And then we've got the McLaren of McDutchface here, who's kind of done a nice slow lap. So let's stay on board actually with McDutchface. Let's go for a nice little broadcast. Let's see what he can do. He's going to go again. Obviously bailed out of that lap. What can McDutchface do? Through turn 1 on the run down to turn 2 now. Nice little corner. Actually pretty good. Bit conservative there. I think he probably could have taken a little bit more, but it's very risky. So easy to invalidate round here. Through this long turn 3 on the run down now into turn 4. That's a nice quick corner. Oh, lovely car, run a bit wide, but hangs it out long enough for it not to invalidate him. On the run into turn 5. He's slightly down on his time currently, but through 6 and 7. Nicely navigated there. Coming into turn 8 and then turn 9. As Chubb goes second on 131.9 on those mediums. Cracking time there from Chubb, and Moylan on a 132.0 into third again on those mediums. This is going to be a fantastic race, I think, and a fantastic qualifying session just based off what we're seeing now. So on the run down to turn at 12. Or onto the bubble curb. Around turn 13 for McDutchface. Oh, runs a little bit wide. Oh, but he's managed to keep it. Turns 15 and 16 here for McDutchface. What's his time going to be? He's still got plenty of time though. Oh, and he's almost lost it in the exit. Is he going to bail or is he going to put it in? No, he's going to keep going. It's going to be a 1. Okay, coming through. He has backed out. He's backed out. Okay. I think he's going to leave that as that. Does a 134.4. Definitely can go a lot quicker. Going to set that as a banker and possibly just bring it back in. I mean, he could go around slow, but I think this will be his last run. You don't want to go too many more. So James out, done a 131 on used tyres. It's a good lap time, man. Very good lap time, especially on used tyres, used softs. The question is, can you go quicker on a set of new mediums if that's what you want to start on? That's the only downside when you do a good time on some used tyres. You might have to do a new set of softs. So we've got Anna out lap. Let's have a little look. See Liam Shane just going round. It looks like he's got plenty left on there, so let's go on board here with Liam Shane. Set of soft tyres, currently sitting in 8th position on a 133.1, coming through turn 3 right now. Again, Liam Shane, I'm pretty sure a new guy to this league, so nice to have you on board, Liam. There we go, on the exit of turn 4 now. Coming through into turn 5. Revving it nice and high into 6th there, dropping down to 3rd. On the exit now, it's going to be turn 6 and 7. Some of these corners should not be corners, to be fair. They're pretty much just a slightly curved straight. And here we go now down into turn 8 and turn 9. Let's see the next sector marker if he's actually up or down. DRS wide open, round turn 11. He likes proper revving his car here. Is this actually... He's 6/10ths up. Oh, very, very deep through turn 13, but makes it right actually through turn 14. Still, I mean, 6/10ths of a second up. This could put him actually into 7th here, maybe even 6th. So let's see what's he. Obviously got plenty of fuel on board, just using his tyres. Might as well get the most use out of them, why not? They cost a lot of money. Around turn 18 now, coming up to the line, it's going to be a 132.6. So, yep, here we go, up into 6th place. Nicely done there from Liam. Who else we've got? Al Jadifa, he's on a set of mediums, but has backed out for this lap. And he's low on fuel, so... Well, he's obviously done a couple of laps now, so he'll be coming in. We've got Bosma Actually coming through turn 17 now. This is looking like quite a nice time. Short run down to the line, 131.6 to get bang up there on that set of soft tyres. 131.6, currently sitting in first position. Nice lap time there from Bosma. And Avi now started his lap. He's on coming into turn 4. On the run down now to turn 5. Let's see what Avi can do. Obviously he needs to get this, could do this with being a bit of a banker. If this goes wrong, then he's got to rely on one lap. Just needs to fight for that top 10. That's all he needs to do. Coming through into turn 8 and 9 now. Swings that in there. Lovely corner there from Avi. Here we go now through turn 10. On the run down, coming through turn 11. Again, don't really rate this as a turn, but whatever. You barely even turn the steering wheel. Slight little slipstream off Liam Shane there. Well out the way. Into turn 12, into 13. This is looking really smooth from Avi, to be fair. Coming down out onto the run to turn 15. Nice and carefully through here. Here we go on the accelerator. Turn 17. This is looking very nice and tidy and quick from Avi. Turn 18 and across the line in a 131.7, goes up to second. Lovely time from Avi. That lap really looked nice, really did. Nice and smooth the whole way round. Set of soft tyres for Avi, 131.7. And that's if he wants to start on them, then that's going to be good. If he can have that sort of pace. Going to have a bit of a mixture here. Definitely going to have a mixture. Got James Al now, currently up on his time from that used set of softs. Let's see what he can do. So James Al now coming through into turn 10. Clipping that little bubble curb. Let's see what sector time he's going to be on. So on this set of medium tyres. Looks like he wants to start on them. Can he beat his time from a used set of softs with his new set of mediums? Oh, and he's lost a bit of time. Lost about 2/10 in that middle sector. And it's put him down. He needs to make it up in his third sector here. Does he have the traction to do it? Let's see what he can do. I think he's going to want to try and beat it. I don't know if he's going to want to start on those used set of softs. But let's see what James can do. 131.819 to beat. And here we go, turn 17. Turn 18. Short run down to the line. Is he going to beat it? 131. No, 1/10 down. 1/10 down. Doesn't quite do it. Has he got enough fuel to go again? Looks like he could do. He might just try and run it over. Let's stay on board with James and see what he's going to do. Try and persevere with this. Get a few laps on those mediums, which could be a downside. But probably doesn't want to start on those softs either. Rob, generally I got made to relocate from the living room to the cupboard under the stairs, and my wife is still moaning she can hear the commentary. I've told her to watch, but she won't. Oh man, if she watched, man, she would just love us. I mean, she'd love me. I mean, no one else is here tonight. And then I'm sure she would love Hobo too, and Gaz if they were here. She just needs to give us a chance, man. Just needs to give us a chance. So James now looking pretty good on this lap, coming through turns 8 and turns 9. That was a lovely little cut. That could have actually gained him probably even like a 10th there, just from that nice little cut. Coming through turn 10 on the run down. Let's check this sector time. Last time here he was about a 10th down. Can he make it up? Oh, he is losing in that middle sector though, on these medium tyres. So obviously that's where the softs are making up. Well, that's a bit of a slow turn 14. Let's see what we can do. 15. Come on, James. Turn 16. You got to do this. We need some airtime for some other drivers. You're nicking it all. You're hogging it. You love the limelight. Turn 17. Oh, I could get a slightly little slipstream from Johnny Stokes here, but the line is so short. 131 point. Oh, and he does. Lovely lap time from James there. 131.773 on those medium tyres to just get himself to start on those mediums. But on the only downside is he has got a few extra laps on those mediums, but probably won't make too much of a difference here. So who else is staying in? McDutchface on the 132 on those mediums. I mean, Speedy thinks he's done enough and is retired in the pits. We've got anyone else here? Scott Harris. Let's see what Scotty can do. Mrs. Carl, I love you guys. Yeah, we love you too, Mrs. Carl. We love you too. Just one massive love pile. That's what we are. So Scott Harris coming through turn 3. On those soft tyres as well. Interesting. Was his first lap, was it not? Did he do his fastest lap also on the softs? I thought he... Nah, here we go. Best. Yeah, so he done his current fastest lap on the mediums. I'm surprised he's out on the softs now. I don't think he's going to want to beat it. I'm sure he's going to want to start... Or is he worried that he might lose out here? It's actually so close, and that medium time obviously wasn't quite good enough to keep himself safe. So Scott Harrison might actually have to revert to the soft tyres to keep him going through to Q3. As James Al gets out of the way nicely there for him. Oh, this could ruin. So we've got Scott Harrison and Johnny Stokes. Both, again, I wouldn't say they're safe, to be honest. Let's see. Is he just going to go across the line to improve his time and play it safe? Everyone's run out. Is anyone actually up? Johnny Stokes has actually just made it across the line to get another go in. Erez is finished. Al Jadifa has also managed to get another lap in by the looks of things. So it's not I mean, to be fair, I think they're pretty safe as he goes across the line with a 131.8 on those soft tyres there. Johnny Stokes. I mean, Scotty probably could have backed out. It's risky. Of course it's risky, but I think he would have been safer if everyone had finished it. But you don't know that at the time. You don't know. You didn't know El Stefano was going to go in the pits. You don't know what Al Jadifa's going to do. Johnny Stokes again could probably back off and switch up the strat a little bit. Maybe keep sticking to his mediums, because I'm pretty sure he also did the mediums as well. Yeah, he did. So okay, so we've got a bit of a chance. We've got Bosma on the softs, Avi on the softs, James on the mediums, 4th place Scotty on the softs, 5th, 6th and 7th all on mediums. Okay, so a bit of a mixture for this the top 10. Well, it's kind of, it's almost, it's kind of like 60-40. I'll say it's almost 50-50. It's kind of 60-40. We got, yeah, it's pretty much 50-50. Depends what Johnny does here. Is he going to back out? I feel like he could back out. Is he going to finish this? He did. 131.2. I think Johnny's just flexing there. Johnny's just like, sack this, boys. Boys and girls, I can go quicker. Oh yeah, James, it was very, very close. The biggest difference was at Sector 2. That Sector 2 on mediums, James, was literally costing you about 0.2 of a second every lap. That was what was the biggest issue. It must have just, I guess, been the traction that you were losing out on. So here we go. Going through to the top 10 shootout, we have Johnny Stokes, Bonesma, Avi, James, Scotty, Chubb, Moyland, McDutchface, Speedy, Liam Shane. So good showing from Liam Shane there, getting through to Q3. Speedy made it into Q3, so well done there, Speedy. Missing out, unfortunately, we've got Erez, Hudsojo, Al Jadifa and El Stefano. Again, I think they show better in the race. I mean, Erez is actually maybe a bit of a shock. I feel like Erez makes it into Q3 really often, but that just might be having a crap memory. But I know El Stefano, Al Jadifa, they usually do quite well in the race as well. But well done to everyone into this Q3 top 10 shootout. And unlucky for everyone else that has just missed out. It was so close again. We're talking like a 10th of a second here and there was going to completely change it. So it's not like it was completely out there. And this track can be really unforgiving on the exit for like a corner cut or even for the inside. So let's see. Let's just go on board with James out right now, because we all know who's going to be out first, right? Everyone's probably going to be going for the softs. It's a top 10 shootout. We ain't going to see nobody qualifying on the mediums here. They are not quicker. So I'm not even going to bother doing a tyre. It's going to be pretty obvious. Here he comes. I was thinking how come he's not gone out yet. He's just playing with me. Just delayed it a couple of seconds. Was that also Scotty or Bonesma? Bonesma as well. So James out first, as pretty much always, unless he's having a cigarette. Okay, so now we have the top 10. We can do some other predictions now. I mean, the people that were in my prediction beforehand are through to this here. However, I feel like I don't even remember what I said last time. So it means I can redo it. Alright, I can redo. I'm just going to do top 3. I'm going to redo it, but my top 3. I don't remember what I said last time, so that's irrelevant. We can forget about that. We'll throw that in the bin. Unless it's right, we'll look back at that later. But pole position, I'm going to go with. Okay. Just going to guess. Just going to say it. Nice and quick. Pole position going to be Johnny Stokes. Second place is going to be Second place is going to be Chubb. Third place is James. There we go. There we go. I thought it was going to be a lot quicker than that, but when you're looking through the name, you're thinking this is so close, how can you even try and call this? But that's it. I think, especially, I mean, it depends. Someone could put in a completely savage lap. Like, sometimes Moylan comes out and just sets a lap like half a second quicker than the others, and you're like, oh, and then they have to play catch-up. They still do, they still manage it, but I just feel like he finds some extra time sometimes. So let's see what James can do right now. Fresh set of soft tyres. Jump on board with James right now. Let's see. Get rid of all the hard. Turn 1, done. Check. On the run down now to turn 2. We're not even going to look at his sector times. We'll look at his times when he crosses it. Into turn 2 here. Looks quite nice. Coming through. The one thing I would say about this Williams car, I definitely dislike that is like the HUD is all like onto the dash, because then you kind of block it off when you're turning. I kind of prefer it when it's on the wheel. I can't imagine it costs so much more to get it attached to the wheel that they had to skimp on that, right? But anyway, I digress. So here we go now. This should be coming through turn. Yeah, that's. Let me just. Yes, he's invalidated. That's what I was just checking. He has invalidated indeed. So the next person down the road is going to be Bosma. So we're going to jump on board with Bosma now. Again, we know he's going to be quick. Let's see what he can do. Sticking it through here into 6 and 7. On the run down now to 8 and 9. Like quite, one thing I would say about the Red Bulls, because it's quite a quiet car, it just seems so like, don't know, quite smooth. And it's weird when you try and look at it and watch it. It's I don't know, odd car to watch. I think it always seems very just planted, really. So here we go through turn 12, heavy braking for turn 13. Throw this in through the right hander. Turn 14. A little bit of a connection thing going on there. I feel like his car's kind of moving as much. So here we go, on the run down now to turn 17. Turn 18, what's it going to be? 1:31.3, oh, I tell you what, that's a really good time. Johnny Stokes' last one was a 1:31.2. So for Bosma to come out first, knock-ins with a 1:31.3, very, very good. And I think we've got Speedy here now, 1:32.7, good lap time from Speedy. Have you seen how much wheels with displays? I haven't, I don't know the prices, but I'm thinking for a Formula 1 team, and I mean, I can understand getting a display made to stick to your car. I guess will be cheaper, but it's like with anything. To have something like that, I just think like that's a bit. If it's like a massive difference, it just seems a bit much. I mean, I guess you're paying for a little bit of extra carbon fibre or whatever to make it into the steering wheel, but I just feel like Formula 1 teams, even though Williams were having financial problems, just skimp on that. Just seems a little bit shy. McDutch face there into second on a 1:31.8. So we'll try and actually catch McDutch face's next lap fully, because I feel like we've missed him out a little bit. So Liam Shane's on an out lap. Speedy is obviously invalidated. Avi is going round, coming through turns 8 and 9. Do you know how much they are, Rob? Like price wise? It'll be interesting to know. So here we go, through turn 11 now for Avi. On the run down to turn 12 and 13. Nice late braking, that was actually a really nice corner. Flicks it through into 14. Avi definitely seems so smooth when he's going around this track. I'm going to have to... If you spun... Moylan, man. Have you actually spun in Q3? Oh, and Avi's coming in. Okay, I don't know why he's done that, but... So, who do we have out now? We've got Johnny on an out lap, and we've got Liam about to start his hot lap, so let's go broadcast here with Liam. So who's that Red Bull? That'll be Scott Harris, I assume, coming in after just 1:32 flat. So Liam Shane, what can he do? First time racing, if I'm not mistaken, in Rapid Picture Racing. I think he's a friend of, was it McDutch Face who he's a friend of? So let's see. Done great to get to Q3 first time of asking anyway. Let's see what he's got in the bag. Coming through turn 2 now. Nice little corner. Just long ass turn 3. It feels so slow when you're in broadcast. Look at that. It just felt like it was never ending. Into turn 4. Oh, really wide, and yeah, that wasn't invalidation. That was a bit too wide there. Not much you could do. So James Al's back on his flyer. Coming through this turn 3 again. Into turn 4. He's going to keep it on the track. No, invalidates. It's so brutal. That literally, that exit off turn 4 is one of the most brutal corners I think on the calendar. You don't even go that off it. You keep like 2 wheels on it and it's like, nah, too much. Too much. So, who else we got? Johnny Stokes on our hot lap. Cube controls, excuse the drooling, are 1300 with display and 800 without. Real world F1, it's the extra complexity of data and power transfer to the steering shaft to consider. Yeah, I understand that. I mean, alright, from the point of view, right, Rob, if you're a Formula 1 team, yeah, I know there's extra stuff to go through, you know, for the data and power transfer, so there's a little bit more intricacy to it. But in terms of price, for a Formula 1 team, I know they had their problems, I get that, and if you can cut corners anywhere, it probably doesn't make much of a difference. But you're talking about, you know, 500 quid, right? You're talking about £500. I don't know how many steering wheels they're going to make. They'll have a few probably, and yeah, I guess over time that adds up. But for a Formula 1 team to be skimping over maybe a few £1,000s, it does seem quite, as Johnny Stokes invalidates. Everyone's invalidated. Everyone's pushing that a little bit further now, putting a little bit more into it, and getting a few extra validations. I mean, I can understand it again, Rob. Man, Williams was struggling. To say that sort of money might have made all the difference for him. I just think something like that, it should just be like kind of I just feel like that's more off-putting for drivers though. When you're when you're turning, you can't see the HUD, and you've kind of, you know, it's just a bit more effort, isn't it? They're already, you know, driving around tracks at like 200 miles an hour. So Liam's still out there. Who else? We've got Chubb. Okay, we've got Chubb actually coming through the final bit of the track now. Turn 17. Turn 18. What can Chubb do? So 131.3. So very, very close there. 500ths of a second between him and Bonesma. I'm loving the interaction. I should crash out more often. See, that's what happens when you're actually involved in a race. You don't get any of the extra interaction that you get from the commentary. And it's just and it's just me today as well. It's just me, and I'm the boring one. I actually have a sore throat, so it's actually kind of hurts talking this much. But you're gonna get rid of me that easy. So Johnny Stokes still going round. Okay, hang on a second. Okay, I was just thinking, like, damn, he's got a lot of bloody fuel in his car to still be going round. So let's see what Johnny Stokes can do now. The broadcast camera's giving me on board. Fantastic. Here we go, back to broadcast through turn 16, on the run down to turn 17 now. What can Johnny Stokes do? It's actually looking like this could be quite a quick lap here, as what we're expecting from a lovely cut from that turn 18, 131.5. Well, I'll tell you what, that if he could nail that last corner like he did before in another lap, that could be insane. Does he have enough time? He's not going to have enough time to come in. He's not actually going to have enough time to come in and go back out again. He's going to have to just go again. I don't know. Does he have the fuel? He's just going to have to go for it anyway. Boesma is starting his lap. We've got everyone now rushing out here. Who do we pick? Who do we pick? Who do we pick? Duckface is coming out the pit, so I'll tell you what, Boesma's on a lap. So we're going to go on board with Boesma. See, Boesma's always so rapid, especially in qualifying. He's always up there. Always up there. Let's see what he can do. Let's stay on board for the sector times. What is he going to do? See this broadcasting, see all the cars here coming down that little straight. Oh, he's 300ths up. This could be a proper solid benchmark for Boesma. I haven't even really watched Moyland or anything. Moyland's going to go for one lap. Speedy's got a lap. James has got a lap just to get a time in. And Boesma's out here currently sitting in provisional pole position. As long as there's no mistakes coming through on the run down now to turn 12 and 13. There's about 3 cars down here. Let's hope no one gets in the way. Oh, almost 3.5 tenths of a second up on his time. This is going to be incredible from Boesma. We could see the first person into the 130s. Can he keep it together for this last sector of the track here, through turns 15 and 16. Oh, back endy there. That could have cost him a little bit of time actually, but let's see. Is he going to be able to do it? Coming through. I don't know if that's the actual car back end or if it's a lag. And it's a 1:30.8, almost half a second quicker. So let's see what people can do now. Moylan's out. He's on a 1:31.2. Who else we've got? Scott Harris. Where's he coming through the long turn 3? So it's going to be Scotty Harris here. Going to be the first to come over the line. And we've got Dutch Face behind him. Let's see what Scotty can do. And James Chubb goes into third. And Scott has backed out. Okay, well, let's switch to McDutchface then. Hasn't had much airtime coming through this turn 3. I actually did tell him I would try to give him some more airtime, but he told me not to because he gets embarrassed. Too much pressure, but I reckon he can handle it. Oh, 2/10 of a second up right now. What's that going to put him on? That'll be a 1:31.6. So that's only in the first sector though. Let's see what he can do through the second and third. It's looking quite good so far, looking pretty smooth. In fact, sack this, we're going to jump on board through 8 and 9 very nicely. On the run down now to turn 10. Gets it in there. Probably not quite as tight as you would want to be, but doesn't invalidate. It's a bit safer there for running wide. On the run down now, just coming through turn 11, on the way down to turn 12 and 13. Let's check the sector time. Half a second down. That's a 1:31.3. So that's potentially third position. Can he gain any more in this last sector? Bosma is out the way. Oh no, he lost the back end a little bit there. Cuts it into turn 16. That's cost him a bit of time. That's cost him a few tenths. But this still could get him quite far up there. Let's see what he's got through 17 and 18. Doesn't invalidate. Into 18. It's a 1:31.5. So he lost about half a second there. And unfortunately he does improve, but not enough. So he was looking at top 3. But a little slide there, unfortunately for McDutchface. I've seen him improve, but only keep 7th. I feel like that's happened a few times to McDutchface. I feel like he's been on an absolute stonking lap and just had like a little bit of a moment, which has cost him a lot of time. I'm not boring. Oh, cheers, Rob. The one thing with commentating, I will say, like, I love doing it 1 or 2 people, but it's just easier with 2. It's easier with 2 people because you've got 2 people just to talk random crap with. When you're one person, you've always got to try and find things to talk about. And I'm really bad at small talk. So here we go. Here we have it. The top 10. We have Bonesma on that 1:30.8. Cracking lap time for Bonesma. Taking the pole position there. Second place we have Moylan. Third place we have Chubb. Fourth we have James Al. Fifth Scotty Harris. Sixth Johnny Stokes. Seventh McDutchface. Eighth Avi. Ninth Liam Shane. And 10th we have Speedy, who didn't manage to set a time. So great effort from you, top 10, and fantastic Bonesma, mate. What a time that was. 1:30.8. Moyland obviously only having that 1 lap. Top 8 separated by 6/10. Very close. Yeah, man, like, this is what I'm saying. You look at people like improving, and you see they're improving by like 2/10, and that could shoot them up like 4 or 5 places. It's insane. But that Bonesma time, his last lap there was solid as fuck. I mean, even his first time would have kept him in second. You know what I mean? So, very, very good lap time from everybody. It's mental. Just can't believe how this is one thing with this league. Everyone's so close. Like when you've got 20 drivers, you're looking at like half the grid who are so close, and that just doesn't happen that often. It's kind of a rare thing. Oh, click advance. So yeah, great qualifying. Let's see what the race is gonna bring up. This race can sometimes be a bit of a drag, just because it's a bit of a DRS sort of thing. So. Quite a long way down to turn 2 as well, the first kind of heavy braking zone, so we could see a lot of people being under attack here. Could see a few incidents. I don't think we'll see too many incidents actually. This league's pretty clean, but you never know what could happen when it's a kind of a corner like that. So let's get going into the race. For anyone who's tuned in who doesn't know what this is, where have you been? Alright, for starters, where have you been? But this is Rapid Pixel Racing, round 11 at Sochi. And I reckon, as with every race, it's going to be fantastic. Because there hasn't been a bad one. Even Monaco was actually enjoyable. And Monaco is terrible. Proper terrible. So we're just going to wait for everybody to get into the game, load in, and then we can get away with the formation lap. Look at those spare front wings being readied by all the teams. Moylan's, where's your spare one, mate? You're probably going to need a few. Probably a rear wing too. Session starts in 14 seconds. Mrs. Carl's rooting for Moyland. She roots for Moyland more than she roots for her own husband, but hey-oh. So here we go, away with the formation lap now. Let's see what Bosma does actually. Does he do quite a fast one, or does he try and slow it down? I feel like a lot of people do a really fast formation lap until the very last couple of corners before it takes over, before the AI takes over. They just absolutely gun it and then do a bit of a slow session to get a little bit extra heat in their tyres and bunch up the pack. This one seems to be kind of normal. Everyone's similar, there's not really been any breakaway so far. Or maybe actually from Speedy. Is Speedy ruining it for everybody? Yeah, Speedy's ruining it for everyone, as always. A little bit of a break off there, but not too much as we had Liam there. Looks like he ran a bit wide. So, we've still got some time. So, let's go through it again. Bonesma we have on the pole position. Second place Moylan. Third place Chubb. Fourth place James Owl. Fifth place Scott Harris. Sixth place Johnny Stokes. Seventh place McDutchface. Eighth place Avi. Ninth place Liam Shane. 10th place Speedy. 11th place Erez. 12th place Atsojo. 13th place Al Jadifa. 14th place El Stefano. 15th place Rob Sim Racer. 16th place Womack. 17th place Carl. 18th place Neles. So I feel like in the race right now, I think Al Jadifa, El Stefano, Robson Racer are some people to watch. I feel like they're always doing quite well in the races. Rob usually does well and then ends up pranging a wall. Or spinning. Doesn't spin as much as Moylan though. So we could see Moylan be doing his best Kylie Minogue impression. There he is in his Alpine with the sun glistening off that kind of metallic blue. And Bosma has actually done a bit of a gap from everyone else. He kept him quite bunched up through the first part of the lap and then decided just to gun off because he got bored, I assume. Here we go, everyone coming now into their grid slots. I feel like that was one of the longest formations lap ever, and it's not that long a track. So, where's it going to give me this good view? I feel like usually from second position it gives me a good view. Let's see, hopefully I can see the lights. I don't think I'll be able to see the lights the last couple of races. Here we go. 1 light, 2 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights. And it's go, go, go. Looks like Bosma actually got quite a good start there. What's Moylan able to do? Bosma covers off Moyland. James Owl up to third place. Pips Chubb there. But the slipstream is pretty strong. And McDutchface, great start, up into 5th. Looking to go up the inside of Chubb. Is he going to get the job done? It's going to have to be a little bit of space given there. Oh, they come so close. But lovely close racing by Chubb and McDutchface. And look at James trying to hang it around the outside there. Oh, Chubbs looks like he's going to try and get him back there. Is he going to hold on to it? James is going to have the inside line. But Chubb runs a little bit wide and that leaves him under attack here. Again from James. Oh, and Rob's out. And so is Sojo. Oh no. Look at that. That's like a 4-car pile up there. Avi, Neles, Hudsojo and Rob all out. That's so unfortunate. That is so unfortunate. Safety car already. See, you're watching the front to see what happens, but the party's at the back, man, just like a mullet. Damn. What happened, Rob? And was that just like kind of 4 cars don't go into one corner? So, after the start, we have Bosma, who kept his lead. Moyland still in second. Chubb got a third place back. James is in fourth. McDutchface is up into 5th. Scott Harris is down into 6th. Johnny Stokes is down into 7th. So McDutchface, great start there. Up into 5th. Liam Shane's up into 8th. Speedy's up into 9th. El Stefano from 14th is up into 10th. So great start from El Stefano. Aries has held position. Al Jadifa's up, and obviously everyone else has kind of gained some positions from Hud Sojo and Rob being out. Rob, fuck it. It's unfortunate, Rob, man. Yeah. So was it one spun and then it was just kind of you like can't avoid? That's pretty common to happen. That's unfortunate though. And we have Avi here coming in. I wonder what he's going to do. What tyre is he on? He's on the softs. Oh, who's that? Al Jadifa's crashed going into the pit lane. No way. Al Jadifa doing his best Lewis Hamilton impression. Al Jadifa, unlucky. Unlucky, man. I'm so sad to see someone go out like that. That was lucky for Avi as well, actually, that he didn't... Well, I did actually need to get a new front wing because of it, unless that happened... Yeah, that might have happened in the collision before, actually, so it might not made any difference whatsoever. He's also stuck to a soft set of tyres. So, Bozeman's on those soft tyres. He needs, on the restart, he needs to use them up as much as possible and just get a gap. Just get a gap, because all these people on mediums, you'll find that the tyres, the mediums will get better probably quite a bit quicker. I'm pretty sure the softs don't last, I want to say about 6 to 8 laps. I think around here. I can't remember if this is the one where it's like 6 to 8 laps or if this is the one where you can kind of go to like 12, 14-ish. Can't remember. But yeah, anyway, Bozeman needs to literally just light up them softs, pull away, get that gap, and hope for no other incidents or hope for other people fight. We also might want to try and stay a little bit away from that safety car because we have known them to literally just flip cars like they're nothing. You don't mess with the safety car, man. It's like trying to fuck the Hulk. And so Moreland in second, yeah, Chubb in third, James in fourth, McDuckface in fifth. So Scott Harris, Johnny Stokes and Liam Shane. Liam Shane got a good start on those softs. Scotty Harris and Johnny losing the place. Have to use those softs to get an advantage to try and get back past and regain. What did you go on to, Speedy? Mediums. Oh, it's the same one you done last time. You're going to go to the end on mediums, aren't you? I swear, isn't that what you done that before, didn't you? Was that last season? In T&E? I think it was T&E. Decent position, to be fair, Joe. So Carl there up into 12th. Showing his missus that Moreland ain't shit. Safety car still going out. The cars are bunched up, however. So we're going to get one more lap out of the safety car. Surely no more, with everyone bunched up like they are. So... I'm trying to see who's in there. So Avi, if he can... I mean, Avi, obviously, we know he's got good pace. He's done really well in qualifying. If Avi can use his pace on those softs and make it through the field, then Avi could still be doing okay. It's one of those things, like it was like a first lap incident. It's like, do you just stick to the same? You've lost a pit stop anyway. Looked like he was coming in for damage, and then obviously clipped Al Jadifa on the way in. Just kind of reset himself and gone, right, I'm going to get a fresh set of softs here. So he could be pretty rapid and run those softs and then come in for a set of mediums. And it's not going to change him too much, other than that he's a bit further down, but he was far down anyway after the collision. So going to that set of softs, just resetting his strategy. Probably quite a clever play. He could have tried going to mediums to the end, or maybe even slapping on some hards, but I feel like the hards would be way too slow. And the mediums you can get to the end, but it's quite hard. We know Speedy, what he's going to do. Speedy's going to try and go to the end. I've seen him do it before, so it's definitely possible. And then we've got these other guys here who's actually just going to get a little bit better value out of these softs, having been behind them on the behind the safety car for the first couple of laps. They're not going to be wearing down as much. So we should see that there it is, safety car in this lap. So let's jump back on board with Bozeman. Let's see what he's going to do. He's probably not quite yet, but he will in a second. In fact, he's starting to do it now. Let that safety car get away so we can do a nice clean restart without getting bogged down at any moment in time. So here he is, taking control of the field right now. Oh. slowing right down. That safety car is pretty much just coming round turn 18. And Bosma decided to go. And the safety car's not even in yet. Is it going to be okay? Looks like he's got away with that actually. It has just managed to get in to the pits. So it's not going to bog down. And Bosma, I wouldn't say really caught anyone out there. Moyland is right behind him. This slipstream from Moyland that he's getting actually could cost Bosma going into turn 1. No, he makes it, that's fine. Chubb, and then we've got McDutchface there getting a place on James Al, but James Al's looking to fight back through turn 3, but thinks better of it and just sits in the slipstream. Is he going to try and throw one up the inside into turn 4? He's not, so great move there by McDutchface. Runs a little bit wide, might get a little bit of a warning, but that gives James Al a little bit of a run on him, but not enough, so great overtake. McDutchface up to 4th position. Great start he's been having. So you've got Scotty Harris now. He's going to want to try and catch up with James and put him under pressure, especially on those soft tyres. And Johnny Stokes is going to want to follow him through that. Liam Shane's going to want to do the same thing. A little bit of a gap behind Johnny now to Liam. So that's going to put Liam under pressure from El Stefano. And Erez is right there as well. Another little bit of a gap back to Womax from Erez. And Carl's on the back of Womax. You've got Avi as well, who's going to be wanting to come through that field on that set of softs. So that's going to be quite interesting to see what Avi can do from back there. Who else we got? Anyone? They're all so close still. Even though there's tiny little gaps, they're all literally in the very same part of the circuit. Oh no! McDutchface, no! No! No, McDutchface has lost it coming out of turn 15. That's absolute gutting, and now he's down in last. He had a fantastic start. Just as I switched to him, I see his car going sideways. He told me not to watch him. He said, he goes, don't watch me. Right, it just won't work. And he's right. He's right. I feel he had such a great start, man. That's so unlucky for McDutchface. I wonder what he's going to do. What's he going to do tyre-wise? Let's just stay on board. I don't think anyone's close enough now. They're all going around turn 3 now. There's a bit. Carl Frood and Avi are fighting it out. So that's a new front wing. Going for another set of mediums. So let's see what Avi and Carl Frood are doing. They were side by side. Carl Frood has actually lost out a little bit to Avi. Oh, and he's almost getting pushed around by Neles. So Avi is making those softs work. And now we've got... Oh, Neles just lunging up the inside of Carl there. Almost loses the back end, but nice overtake from Neles. Nice and clean still, but... Oh, Carl's just letting him know he's still there. But having to kind of cut the corner a little bit to keep that safe. So good awareness there from Carl. And that's kind of that. Who else is close? So Liam's, again, 2.4 seconds now. Back to Johnny, so he's lost a bit more. El Stefano's keeping him pretty honest. Little penalty for him as well. Jonathan, 4-car pilot. This is what I thought. Johnny, was that just like 4 cars into one, or did anyone spin and then it was the pile up, or was it just like kind of a bit of ping pong into a few DNFs there? So Moyland. So Bosma's not quite gapping them, but I mean the thing is that the slipstream's so strong round here. Anything Bosma tries to pull away, he pretty much loses all in this straight. And now with DRS wide open, Moyland's very, very close. Bosma goes to the inside to cover it off, but I don't think he has any choice whatsoever. He doesn't. Moyland's through. Nice overtake for Moyland. Probably one of the easiest overtakes he'll ever have in his life. But Moyland, to tell you what, his car gets a bit sketchy. Oh, what we've got here, James Howe. Has James Howe lost it? James Howe has lost it. Okay, I wouldn't even let... Oh, he spun at turn 2. I just done the fastest lap of the race. You know he's going to be making some mad moves, and then he loses it at turn 2. And McDutchface, look at... That's just how close they are. This is how evenly paced is. Look how much that one pit stop has cost McDutchface. He literally needs a safety car, and then to not pit to really stand a chance, and just hope the new tyres aren't that much quicker, which they will be. So unfortunate for McDutchface, man. So Bosma's already lost almost a second to Moyland. That just shows the pace Moyland's got on those medium tyres right now. Those softs are probably will be looking again a little bit worn. Those mediums are really be coming to life right now as Johnny Stokes get past Scotty. But does Scotty come back at him? No, he doesn't. He can't do anything about that. So Johnny and Scotty switch places. Liam's about 4 seconds back, and El Stefano now. You can see now all these medium runners, all these medium tyres coming into their own, where these softs are starting to wear out a little bit. Not having the best of time. And I can see El Stefano thinking about making a move on this straight. Moylan 134.8, setting a new fastest lap of the race. And his car's still facing the right way, so it's a good race so far for Moyland. Now, is El Stefano? We've got Neles and Avi there. Oh no, and Avi's lost it. Avi has lost it, and that's after the pits as well. So if he's got any damage, he's going to have to do a whole lap without, like, maybe a bit of wing. It doesn't look damaged, but we know that this game is just rubbish and doesn't always show it. So Bozeman now has actually lost out to Chubb. So Chubb's managed to get Bozeman. Bozeman actually runs really wide there. Those softs now absolute screaming at him, and Johnny Stokes is on the prowl. Johnny Stokes closing in on Bozeman. I wonder if he's going to try and do it on the between turns 11 and 12. Oh, really wide there from Bozeman again. These softs can't be affected this much already, surely. Maybe it is this race that's between like lap 6 and 8, because these mediums now are coming to life. And these soft runners are definitely starting to struggle. So we got Johnny Stokes now on the back of Bozeman. Is Bozeman going to defend it? There's not much he can do. Johnny Stokes technically goes to the inside, but it's going to be the outside here. And Bozeman a little bit wide, but holds the apex quite nicely. But look at the grip that Johnny has over Bozeman now. It's just going to be a matter of when, not if. And Scotty as well is right behind Johnny. So Bozeman is definitely struggling more on these soft tyres than Johnny and Scotty. Maybe he's overheated him a little bit. Got this run down here, and I really think this could be where Johnny's going to get him. Is Bozeman going to... Yeah, Bozeman's going to have DRS actually, so it might not affect him too bad. Let's see how quick Johnny's car is in this straight line. He's not gaining enough. No, yeah, that DRS is saving him at the moment. So if Bozeman needs to stay, but he goes a little bit wide there, and that could give Johnny the run that he needs, maybe down into turn 4. He's not really gaining quite enough yet. Not gaining enough, can't really go for a lunge at this very moment in time. So if the second Bozeman, it might even come before that. I was thinking the second Bozeman loses that toe and that DRS, then I think he's for the taking, but he's holding him within that second to Chubb at the moment. Look at this onboard view, you've got to love it, right staring at the back of that Red Bull. As much as I hate Red Bull, I like Formula 1. So this is getting pretty tasty. Johnny's been able to hit all these apexes and Bozeman. It looks like he's struggling quite a lot. The DRS is wide open and Bozeman doesn't have it this time, and this is just going to be an easy overtake, I think. Let's have a little look-see. It is nice and easy down into turns 12 and 13, and Johnny is up into 3rd position, and now it's Scotty's turn. Can Scotty catch up with Bozeman and make the pass, or is... the problem is now they're both on soft tyres. They're both going to want to be pitting soon, most likely. And who's going to go first? Bozeman's using a lot of time on those softs, but he wants to see him out. Now is Scotty going to get the opportunity to get his teammate coming down this straight? I mean, Bozeman's also going to have DRS, so I think it might be quite hard. Johnny's definitely making the most of these softs. Looks like his softs are in the best condition at the moment out of everyone that's on these soft tyres. Because Johnny Stokes is actually gaining on Chubb, where Bozeman was losing. I mean, obviously he just had a slipstream, so it's not completely reflective. Chubb and Moylan's gap staying around 2.2, 2.3. So Scotty now still about half a second back from Bozeman. And we've got Avi now getting past Neles. Looks like quite a tough battle, and actually Neles is he going to try and hang it around the outside? He is, and he'll have the inside line if he stays there. It's those medium tyres against those soft tyres. And I'll tell you what, that's 3 into 1. Joe's sniffing out an extra couple places here as well. That was some nice racing. Avi and Ellis side by side through turns 3 and turns 4, and Joe just coming into the patch, and James Al's right there as well. After spinning, he's trying to make his way back through. Look how close these 4 cars are at the back there, with Nellis running a little bit wide on the exit. We've got turns 8 and 9 coming up. Look how tight Speedy takes that in comparison to the rest of them. It's quite interesting when you see multiple people go through the same corner at the same sort of time and you see everyone's lines. It's quite interesting to see. And Erez gets Liam there. That'll be Liam Softs dying out. And James Al now looking to go to the inside of Joe, but doesn't quite get the job done. Thought better of it. And we've still got Neles. Oh, I'll tell you what though, James might have the inside here into turn 15. And does. Oh, but James almost spins. So Speedy retains the position. I don't know if they had a little contact coming in through there. I didn't have the best view of that there. But James I mean, he might struggle actually trying to get him down the straight. As Erez now gets... Oh, Bozeman's in the pit. So Bozeman's decided that he's had enough of those softs and he's coming in for a set of mediums, which actually frees up Scotty. I mean, Johnny Stokes as well. We're making his softs work really well. His softs are actually looking pretty good, you know. I mean, he's catching up with Chubb big time. I mean, yeah, he's had the DRS and ERS and everything, but in comparison to what everyone else was struggling with, like Scotty's now two and a bit seconds down the road. These softs are working quite well for Johnny. He's going to have some really nice, fresh set of mediums before the end of this race. So Johnny's actually looking pretty good. Moylan's not from the far enough ahead to say that he's definitely got this in the bag. 2.5 seconds in the head, and Chubb's lapping relatively similar to Moylan. And Johnny Stokes has been catching. I mean, yeah, fair enough, slipstream or whatever, pretty helping him out, but Johnny Stokes has been keeping pretty honest with Chubb. And the fact that Moylan could be pacing himself maybe a little bit. We don't know, maybe he wants to go a little bit longer on those mediums, but he's looking pretty good at the moment for Johnny Stokes on those soft tyres. And Scotty, I think, will be in at the end of this lap. He's lost about half a second. And James Owell's really close to Nellis here. And James Owell looks like he gets the move done. He does, coming down into turn 12 now. DRS wide open, and there was none for Nellis. Job done for James, up into 10th position. And now it's Speedy and Avi up the road for him. Avi on those soft tyres again, might be struggling. Look like he's actually going. That's El Stefano. El Stefano going really slow. Did he have a bit of a moment? I think he might have had a little bit of a spin there. So Avi's now going to be right on the back of El Stefano, and I don't think there's much that he'll be able to do here. DRS is going to be wide open for Avi, and El Stefano doesn't have that benefit, as we have Johnny Stokes in the pits and Scotty Harris in the pits as well. So here we go, and Avi, where's El Stefano? Not quite enough. Didn't have quite enough speed there, even with the DRS open, to get past. Oh, sorry, no. It was the way around. Avi did get El Stefano after that little moment El Stefano has lost out. Virtual safety car. Neles lost it through turn 2. It's very easy to get on the power, then just spin out, or just kind of go too deep and smack the wall. So Neles is out. That's a shame. Was doing quite well. Safety car. It's turned into a full safety car. Well, in that case, where's McDutchface? He's already gone past the pits. That helps Liam out. Liam and Avi, actually. Liam and Avi helps out. It also helps... how close are they, actually? Nah, it's maybe a bit too far back. I was going to say that's kind of pretty good for Johnny, Bosma and Scotty, but they're a bit too far back. Which means, like Moyland, if they want to come in now, and Chubb will actually still be quite far out in front. It's worth it for Liam and Avi to come in, though. Definitely get on those fresh set of mediums. The gap's not. They haven't got a massive gap though. They're all quite bunched up still. That's the only downside. They'll probably be catching, as we do see a few people jumping in the pits. We've got Liam coming in the pits. Erez popped in the pits. Chubb and Moylan going to the hard tyre. They're going medium hards. Okay, fair enough. These two should all come out. They should make it out perfectly fine. Oh, DXT, look at who towing up. Look who has joined it. You know what? We don't need ya. Right? We don't want ya. You're not needed. Oh, hey. Look who it is.
We have a safety car on lap 12. Is that amazing?
Listen, mate, don't be coming in here, right? Don't be coming in here after all this time. No, don't. Look, no one cares about NFL, all right? Sack NFL off and free Kaepernick. That's what I say. Ridiculous.
I literally was like, just got home. I thought, just have something to eat quick. I thought, you know what, let's have a look what's going on. I was like, fuck it, they're still going. All right, let's go.
Yeah, man. Like, well, I mean, it always goes to about 10:30ish anyway, right?
Yeah.
And it actually started a little bit later.
I completely forgot that it would last this long. So I thought, you know what, I'll have something to eat quick. So I quickly had pizza. I come upstairs, and then I thought, let's have a look what's going on.
Well, I did ask Gaz, but he had to get. He didn't get into about 8:30ish, and then he had to get Toby down, so he wasn't really about to come on.
Yeah, no, literally, I got in about what 10-15 minutes ago. I was like, okay, let's get something to eat. Come upstairs.
Well, there was a safety car on lap 1 as well, so that's why they're only there on lap 12. To be fair, so.
We've got 4 laps already as well.
Yeah. So there was a 4-car pile up on turn 1. or turn 2 technically, which took out Rob and Hudsojo, like lap 1. Al Jadifa then crashed coming into the pits. Neles crashed on turn 2 recently. That's what caused this safety car. McDutchface was doing fantastic. Was literally up there in like 4th position. And then spun coming through 15, 16, which is why he's back there now. James spun.
Hi, Mrs. Carl. How are you?
Yeah,
Jake
Mrs.
spun.
Carl, our number one fan. What? Who? Sorry.
You said Jake spun. You said.
No, James.
Oh, James spun.
Yeah, James spun. That's why he's where he was. He was in about 4th or 5th. And you can see the people that pitted. Moyland was out in 1st. Bosma actually got pole. Bosma got pole, and Bosma was leading. Wow. And then his softs just, I don't know if they overheated or what. He just lost loads of time on the softs.
Coming into the pits. We're doing a tactic I use in France, where just might as well go into a set of.
McDuffface is going to go back to a set of mediums probably.
Yeah, set of mediums to the end.
He's done a lap on the other ones. Yeah, well that's it. He's going to be there, and he doesn't want to be in the hard tyres. He's going to go to a set of mediums and try and be quick. And Erez has obviously got that set of softs on. So McDutchface has the pace to make his way through though.
El Stefano can do his teammate a good, solid job. If he can block up Speedy, block up Chubb, Johnny Stokes, because obviously he hasn't pitted yet.
Yeah, so no, exactly. I mean, Speedy is going to the end. He's doing what he'd done before, where he would go to the end on the mediums. Yeah. So Speedy, unless something happens, or the tire deck gets disgusting, he's probably the biggest player here. I mean, obviously El Stefano can do Moyland a favour, but Speedy actually isn't going to pit again. So if he ends up holding up like Chubb and stuff, there's not much they can do. They can't wait for him to pit because he ain't going to do it.
Well, will he get to the end though? He's already on 10 lap old softs.
Yeah, nah, he's done it before. We were there. I think we commentated on it. He's done it.
Yeah, I think
he's done it before. He literally done like 1 lap and then came in and then went to mediums. So he can do it.
Carl. So I had a. I work for Tottenham Stadium, so we had a big NFL meeting today. And yeah, so because they're American, they're all like, their times are all backward compared to ours. So we had a meeting at about what time did I get you? Did I get Lexi to text you? About 7, wasn't it?
7-ish or something like that. I don't know. Lexi messages me all the time anyway, so I don't really know, mate.
Whatever time she messaged about that. But yeah, I literally had to have the meeting there that lasted about an hour and a bit, and then to get home another hour and a half. Yeah, it was a bit of a mental day.
Did Lexi tell you what I text her?
On the phone she did, but she was like hashtag, and then she tried to spell it, and I couldn't spell it.
You can't spell anyway. No, oh man!
But trying to spell it out, I don't know. Where is that? Where's the phone? Actually,
it basically said hashtag save free Kaepernick or something like
that. Wait. Hashtag shout free Kaepernick. Yeah, she didn't know who Kaepernick was.
Oh,
I don't know who Kaepernick is either.
Do you know the guy that got kicked off for the team because he took the knee for the national anthem?
Yeah.
Colin Kaepernick. Yeah,
I do know about now. Alright, safety car is in this lap. Moyland will take
over.
He's already gone.
The only problem with Moyland will be those soft tyres, the hard tyres, that heat up time. It might struggle.
Stefano's had a bad.
He does run a little bit deep, and now Speedy's going to be all over the back of him. So we could see El Stefano getting overtaken coming down into turn 2. Has Speedy got the speed? Has he got enough? He's almost alongside. Not enough.
I can't see.
And then Chubb here is going up the inside of Speedy. Speedy gets an extra warning leading to a penalty there, and Chubb is released. Chubb on again on those hard tyres as well. So Chubb up to 3rd behind El Stefano. El Stefano's just got to hold everyone up for his teammate Moyland to give Moyland a little bit of breathing space. And while that's all happening, we've got Johnny Stokes, Bosma and Scotty Harris all on fresh mediums, just waiting to pounce on them all.
I was watching that battle and then it's like a screen froze.
Wow, it's no good, is it, mate? So Speedy now in 4th position. Speedy, Johnny's literally pushing Speedy around this track. They're coming through 8 and 9. Scott Harris Bosma's right on the back of him, but can't do anything about it just yet. Bosma's looking pretty quick though, looking pretty fighty. Switches to the inside. Does he have enough of a slipstream? And who's this? Chubb on El Stefano. Chubb's looking to go up the inside into turn 13 on El Stefano. Really late on the brakes for Chubb there. Runs a little bit wide, but gets the move done.
Bit
nice.
There as well.
Was a little bit of a budge,
and
but
again, another little touch from El Stefano. He's back. Will And Bozeman nearly takes Johnny with him.
I was literally on board there with Chubb, literally highlighted over Chubb, and it was showing me Moyland. I was like, cheers for that. Right, anyway.
He's fallen down the pack quite a lot now. He's in 6th.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, the difference in pace between the fresh mediums to like the older ones, it's so big. It's so big, and even the hards are quicker. Like, he wants to go to the end. If there wasn't a safety car, it probably would have been worth doing. But here we go, McDutchface as well, making his way up. El Stefano's in the pits. He has wing damage. Yeah, going for a set of softs as well. Can get them to the end, although they might be screaming a little bit. McDutchface is making their mediums work, putting that work in, up into 12th. Carl's in 11th. James is down to 10th, but probably looking to come back at Liam here. Doesn't quite have enough. Avian is going at it with his teammate Erez. Speedy's still in 6th.
There. He took back of Avi, but he done well to stop that car.
Johnny is on those mediums, so Chubb is about 4 seconds behind Moyland. So Moyland is really trying to get a move on with these hard tyres. Needs to put enough of a gap between himself and like Chubb as possible. The question is, can Chubb hold off Johnny when Johnny's on those medium tyres? That's the only thing I'm worried about.
I don't think we're going to find out the answer now, because if we go, Johnny's got a decent run on Chubb.
He does. He's going to go, but he's going to have the outside line coming into turn 13. He has the inside for 12, and then the outside for 13, and Chubb's going to hold that line. And is Johnny going to try and cut back? No, lovely defensive driving there from Chubb. And Chubb is pretty much doing Moyland's work for him here. Chubb just wants the positions, but those hard tyres are obviously going to be quite a bit slower. And there's Johnny, Bosma and Scotty just waiting in the wings to see what happens here. With these two fighting, those two are just going to get ever closer. DRS is now enabled.
Johnny got a much better launch out of that previous corner and a penalty.
This is what's going to suck for Chubb. With DRS now available, Chubb doesn't get any. Johnny does have it, and he was already looking quick, moves straight to the outside. Chubb is covering the inside, but nothing he can do about it. Look how quickly he got past him.
Yeah, but that penalty though, it's not.
Yes.
It's put Boylan in a bit of breathing room now.
That is it.
Speedy is having a battle with Erez at the back.
Oh.
For 6th place. Erez could try and go around the outside.
But he's going to have the inside for 4 though.
He's got the grip. Them soft tyres will have a plenty more grip than their mediums.
And now has the inside. And then Speedy picks up another penalty. And Avi's following through as well. And Avi comes through. Oh, and James, having a lot more grip and being more confident on the brakes there, almost slams into the back of Speedy. But keeps out of him. Look how close James is. James just not quite able to get the overtakes done at the moment.
Hard tyres are not helping that much.
But Speedy's gone.
No, there was contact. There was a little bit of contact there between James.
I think he did get a bit of a shove there. That was very, very close between those two. I don't really think that's Eva's fault, man. Like, that was.
It's just the fact he's got more grip.
He just had more grip.
Much more launch at that corner.
And Avi gets Erez. Yeah, nicely done there from Avi. Avi is one of the smoothest drivers I think I've seen, Hobo. I was watching him in qualifying, and he's just so smooth. Like, you just watch his lap, everything about like the steering, motion, everything. He done a cracking lap as well. It just seemed, it's just really kind of nice to watch, man. It's like, I don't know, he's just so smooth on it. So Johnny Stokes
got James as well in all of that. So he's up here. I'm not sure if James picked up damage from the back of
he may have got a bit of wing damage, maybe. May have got a bit of wing damage. If the shunt pushed Speedy off track.
Oh, Bosma's got Chubb. Bosma up into 3rd place.
Oh yeah. Chubb's going to be ruin the decision to go into hards.
James back past Liam. He's got DRS. Can Dutchface make a move as Carl runs extremely wide there, takes out the polystyrene.
And look at this, look at these 3 cars here. We've got James, Liam and McDutchface going around that turn 3, all on a different line. And McDutchface now, so in 10th position, looking to get past Liam. What can McDutchface do? Can he get the job done and make his way up the field? And Chubb, no, Chubb spun! Chubb's lost it, going through turn 5. Oh, no.
He's facing it the wrong way. It's going to take him a long time to turn that car around.
Yeah, he can do it now. He's got some time before El Stefano comes. That's unfortunate for Chubb. And now he will probably come in and just bin off those hard tyres. I don't think he's going to want them. He ain't going to want that. That's so unfortunate for Chubb. We're still doing great as well.
He's got nothing to really gain now. The safety car comes out with 10 laps to go. So I'm not too sure.
It's still possible.
There's not much point in him going on to soft. I won't lie to you, because he ain't going to gain anything. He might catch up to the back of Womax, but they're both on the same tyres. Chubb, we know, is very, very quick. So he's got more chance of gaining a position to Womax than he does to if he pits in.
Well, it depends. If he decides, if he pits and goes mediums, for example, because they're quick and durable. If he goes mediums, and there is another safety car, he could then just not pit and stay on those mediums. Might be slower, but could be able to hold off. If it comes out quite late, there's not going to be DRS anyway, right? But it's risky. You completely bank on another safety car here.
And also, he might have damage, but I don't.
It looked like he clipped the wall, but we'll see if he's coming round now.
Nah, he's gone past it.
He's gone past it, so yeah, he's staying out. So obviously he's just thinking, Saki, he's going to go to the end, see what happens.
So Dutchface has got Liam, and we've got a possible move on
Speedy picking
Erez
up another one. So McDutchface is past Liam, Erez, right behind James, but James has obviously just got Erez actually. That's how that's come about. So James is actually making moves on those hard tyres. Got past Erez. McDutchface is also now chasing down Erez. The gap between Moylan and Johnny Stokes is now 2.6. So Johnny making their medium tyres. He also went quite long on them softs. Everyone else's softs were wearing out, and Johnny was still pulling away. And I actually said it at the start, like Johnny was in the best position here, because Moylan was only about 2.5 seconds in front, and Johnny was just reeling people in on those soft tyres. So.
We know Johnny is very good at maintaining his tyre life.
Oh yeah, he's making it go pretty well right now. So let's see if he can keep closing that gap and if he can keep his mediums going for long enough.
So I'm on board at the moment with Liam and Dutchface. Dutchface looks like he got outbroke himself into, or out on the exit of the DRS straight there.
Yeah, okay.
Flags again ahead. Someone spun. It's Moylan.
It's Moylan's
round.
Of course he has. Of course he has. Moylan, man.
Way.
Could you imagine the amount of race wins Moylan would have if he didn't spin?
Ridiculous amount of the race. Like I said, he had a clear. He's 2 seconds ahead.
He was about 2 seconds ahead, but he's always
faced the Carl as well, because Carl's going to have a nice run on him here on these medium tyres with DRS as well.
Yeah, I think Carl might actually be no, maybe he's gained quite a bit actually.
Be a late on the brake if he's going to risk it.
Carl won't risk it, I don't think. Mrs. Carl goes, no, Moyland, just as her husband's about to try to overtake him. No, leave Moyland alone. How dare you? It's unfortunate for Moyland, man.
It wouldn't be a rapid pixel race without a Moyland spin, let's be honest.
I know. The thing is, it's happened now. It's happened quite late on, man. Like, unless there's another safety car or something, he's kind of screwed. He's obviously going to be quick, right? He's going to catch up probably to a few people, but what can you do?
But it just shows you this game and its traction zones are like ridiculous.
Yeah.
If you can, because he wasn't under threat. He wasn't pushing.
He almost lost it again.
He's still twitching.
Yeah, he almost lost it again.
So I'm saying it's like it just shows you this game doesn't really make a difference of how far you're ahead or anything like that. You can spin it at any moment.
Oh yeah, exactly. Even completely under pressure.
With Liam at the moment, we're still battling that with Dutchface, but Dutchface, slightly older medium tyres, you can see as he's going around these chicanes here, he's missing his braking points, not having the grip that Liam's got. So Liam
he's struggling a little bit at the moment. Let's wait and see what happens down the straight.
Dutchface is going to be out of DRS now.
Yeah, from Erez, he has dropped back a little bit, probably about half a second just over on this lap alone. Had a bit of a scrappy lap with Dutchface, so Liam could decide to pounce on that if he's got enough straight line speed. Mrs. Carl said Carl won't touch Moyland with me watching. And there we go, nice defensive driving there by McDutchface.
Yeah, Dutchface has got a lot more ERS to play with than Liam.
Yeah, saving up for defending. And then the gap between Johnny Stokes and Bosma is 2.4 seconds. Scott Harris is another 2.5 back there. So the top three have spread out actually a little bit. 5 seconds covers them. Avi is 1.2 back from Scotty. I would say kind of actually catching up to Scotty. So we could see Avi make some... Bosma picks up a 3-second penalty. So Johnny Stokes has a 3-second. Bosma has a... now, let's actually have a look at the penalties. Let's just see. 6 seconds for Bosma. So that obviously puts Scotty up and Avi up. James Al's got 3 seconds, Erez has got 3. McDutchface has no penalties. So McDutchface, if he can catch up, actually could gain some time. Yeah, Carl's picked up, that's 9 now. Speedy's on 9, Womack's on 3, Chubb on 6, and El Stefano has none. So El Stefano could even gain some positions if he just keeps it clean.
Well, at the moment he's 10 seconds from Chubb, so he needs to pick up the pace a little bit from those softs.
Yeah, he's got those soft tyres, so he might be able to catch up a bit.
Crucially, Liam still can't get past Dutchface. He's still struggling. And Dutchface, you can see on board from Liam's point of view, Dutchface is getting a bit shaky on every single exit of corners. So
I don't know if, I mean, he has caught up a little bit. He has closed the gap a bit.
Carl's pitting.
Okay. I wonder if he's got is it for damage or just tyres? What's he
Well,
he
no,
going
it must
for?
be damage on 7-lap hold mediums.
Yeah.
Just gone 8, so there must be a bit of damage on that car.
Let's see what he's going to do.
He's going to go taken by Carl. I think he'll stay out just ahead.
Going for a set of softs. There is no damage. Maybe he's going... I don't know. Maybe it felt like it.
The mediums could have went a lot further. Let's try and take fastest lap off someone, maybe?
Maybe.
Give us a bit of a show.
Just take that point.
With
throw it away. Oh, he needs to use softs. Okay, so he hadn't done his quota of tyres.
Oh, so he went to medium then.
Fair play, fair play.
Okay, so right now Avi is chasing down
getting
Scotty
closer and closer, yeah. McDutchface now in that DRS zone of Erez as well. And Liam is still... I think McDutchface had a couple bad laps. I think that's what happened.
Did, yeah.
I mean, he's now 4 tenths a second behind
also,
Erez.
Crucially, Erez and Liam have used up a lot of ERS, whereas Dutchface has got quite a bit to play with at the moment.
Yeah, so let's see what Dutchface can do now, coming through turns 15 and 16 as we speak, as we can see right here. Bozeman's now he was just under the 2-second mark to Johnny Stokes as well. Maybe Bozeman's starting to make a bit of a little last-minute push.
Let's go jump on board quickly with Avi. Is he going to make a move on Scotty for 3rd place? He's got a long run on him. Very quick down this straight, and it's going to be a simple move, possibly around the outside if...
Oh, that's close. Scotty was still kind of there on the inside.
Fantastic move from Avi. Can Scotty get him back? Don't think he can.
No, is he going to go up the inside? No, it doesn't quite do it.
Oh, Sector 1. Spinner.
Oh no, I think that's Liam. It is Liam. Liam resets the track.
And it's reset the track. Oh, come on, Liam.
I mean, this is Liam's first race.
Yeah, Liam. But again, Scotty, this should be turned off. We've told you.
Well, yeah, but one thing it doesn't stop is the in-game resets to tracks.
Yeah, no, that's completely fine. If it's an in-game reset, you can't talk about it.
But that seems weird that would have been an in-game one there, but we don't.
That wasn't an in-game one.
We don't know. I mean, it could have been forgotten to be turned off.
We simply don't know.
We just do not know nothing. Chubb there.
Or
getting close to Wemax.
Dutchface really close to Erez now. This should be a simple move for him.
We could see this happening down there, coming just through. Been round turn 11 now, on the run to turn 12 and turn 13. And McDutchface gets the job done there. Yeah, there is not much he could do. Suffering a little bit on those softs now, and all the other tyres are starting to come back to people. So we've got
Dutchface, not a good exit there, not the best of exits.
But
Chubb has got past Wemax, so he's got the move down past him. So he's getting a lot of time there, Chubb. And now he's got another 7 seconds ahead of him to try and catch up to Speedy for 1 point. A consolation point.
Yeah, but doesn't Joe have more penalties? I mean, so he's got 9 seconds, Joe, and Chubb's got 6.
Oh yes, he needs to get in within 4 seconds. Within 4 seconds.
But the problem is, Wemax only has 3 seconds, so he also needs to gap Wemax.
And Avi again. Oh, Scotty's got past Avi. Scotty's got back past Avi there.
Oh yeah, I see.
So we've got a Red Bull 2-3 at the moment.
This is the only one downside with this track, right? You feel like you're much quicker than someone in front. But it's just only because you're getting slipstream and DRS, and as soon as you switch back, they just get back past you.
Yeah.
It's hard to try and gap people. But let's see what Avi can do, whether he can just take the momentum and get back past with the slipstream and DRS combo. Johnny Stokes, I mean, the gap between Johnny and Bozeman has barely changed. It's still like 1.92 seconds. So Johnny Stokes, as it stands, Johnny Stokes is my driver of the day.
From what I've seen, he's had quite a clean race. Here we go. Avi's going to get back past Scotty.
Yeah, has the inside line now into turn 13.
That was a good move from Avi.
Oh, it keeps slows it down beautifully as well for that turn. Didn't run deep or anything. And then it's going to be back to Scotty to draft him down the main straight.
There's definitely blisters forming on those tyres. You can see that little wear on the on these medium tyres.
Yeah.
Especially when you're running on board with Scotty, you can see on the rear wheels of Avi's car and on the front wheels of Scotty's. Little marks, little marks. That's their marbles that just got stuck on there.
Yeah.
If it is, that's really good from the game to have that one.
So let's see what Scotty do. Does he have the speed to make a move into turn 2? He doesn't. Has a couple little looks, but might have to wait and maybe try and do it on the way down to turn 13.
And Erez was thinking about a move past Dutch Face, but same sort of situation, couldn't get it done there.
And Moylan's now on the prowl as well, coming up behind Erez, so this could be interesting. McDutchface again, I think he's had one of his little messy laps.
Just went on board with Moylan there, and he literally like hugged that curb the whole way round, and that is a brave thing to do considering the aerodynamics of this game is kind of backwards.
Yeah, even just going on the curb, isn't it, on this game is...
Yeah, literally like Skeletrix. He was fixed to that, fixed to the curb. It should be hard. It's going to be hard for him though, because Erez is going to have a DRS off of Dutch Face. He's done softer tyres compared to the hards. Yes, they're going to be falling off, but it's going to be very difficult for Moylan. We see here, as you can see, that he can't catch up. But he's not. Yeah. In all fairness to Moylan, he isn't pushing. He's not got his overtake on. He's just sitting behind at the minute. But he's got to try something a bit special here, I think, to get past Erez.
So back on board with Scotty and Avi, and now they're coming around turn 17 and turn 18. Is Scotty going to try and use the DRS to get back past Avi? I mean, while these two are fighting, the other two, I mean, again, Bozeman and Johnny Stokes are lapping at a similar sort of thing. The gap's increased a little bit, but not by much. Scotty is getting closer and closer. Can he throw it up the inside? He definitely thought about it. Scotty definitely thought about that. He was just thinking if Avi broke a little bit early, then he was definitely darting up that inside. But I think it's just hang it out for another lap. Or maybe just see it out until the last lap, and then just give yourself the chance to get it on that last lap.
Yeah.
James Owls coming into the picture.
Behind Erez and Dutch Face. He's a lot faster than them. You can see he's having the brake earlier than he would normally. But the problem is what he's got to do. He's got to try and sneak a move in a place where DRS is not an option for these two.
He needs to send it. He's going to have to send it.
He doesn't need to obviously overtake Erez because he's going to get the place back. But if he wants to overtake Dutch Face, he'll have to go on track.
This is two places up for grabs, really, in a sense. I mean, he's going to get Erez anyway, unless he spins. But McDutchface is possibly there for the taking with Moylan's pace. And there we go.
Scotty's.
Look at that.
Avi's got past Scotty.
And Erez put on his DRS so late there that Moylan actually got past him before he'd even activated it. Moylan had his DRS activated and then went up the inside, and then Erez activated his, and but it was too late by then. So now Moylan is released to try and have a go at McDutchface with 2 laps left.
That's a big mistake there from Erez.
So Avi and Scotty are just... Yeah, he's really close this time though. Look at that. Oh, he almost pushed him round that turn 1 there on the run down to turn 2, and I think it's going to be Scotty. So now Scotty has to try and pull away, and he's got just under 2 laps to do it. And Avi's got to try and play clever.
Dutch Face.
Yeah, blimey, that was move. Yeah, just on that slipstream line.
Missing his braking point altogether, going really wide. But yeah, that's it. The thing is, all Dutch Face has got to do is stay within the 3 seconds, because he's got one more lap to use the DRS to his advantage. But Moylan, we know, is quick. Yeah. And Moylan is 6 seconds away from James. Penalty-wise, he will catch him on penalties, so he will get into up to 5th. Yeah. That's as far as he will go.
It's still decent for what happened to him. Like I said, the thing is, McDutchface was doing really, really well. Like, McDutchface could be leading this race right now if he hadn't spun. Like, he was ahead of Johnny Stokes at the time when all this was happening. He had pace and everything. It was just unfortunate. And Scotty has managed to get back past Avi.
Oh, yeah, again.
Oh, what's happening here? Avi spun.
Avi.
No, Avi. Oh, he was doing so good. He was doing so good.
Did he get damage? That's the question.
And I think, well, he was in the wall when I switched to him. So I can imagine there's got to be some wing damage. Is he coming in?
No, he's coming in now. He's going to try and stay out and hold it.
Yeah, I mean, he's got a couple seconds to Moylan.
Oh, a penalty there.
That's so unfortunate.
Oh, Carl's got a little battle with El Stefano. Let's have a little look at this quickly. This is the battle for the wooden spoon. Nothing on the line but pride.
Last lap though, and that was one of the last opportunities to try and make an overtake. Can Carl get past El Stefano? Carl will have to send it. El Stefano actually gets a really bad exit through turn 14. They're on a run down to 15 now. They're going to get one more lap to do this. Can Carl make the move, stick on the run down now. Turn 17. Oh, really deep there for Carl, but manages to not clip El Stefano here, and here he goes. Carl does have a penalty, and El Stefano doesn't though. But yeah, El Stefano just hugging that inside. Here we go. James out with another penalty. Oh, that's actually going to screw James up big time.
Another yellow flag as well. Who's that? That's Joe. Joe's round.
Joe, yeah. Joe spun through turn 4.
Gave that place to Chubb. The Chubb will earn a point.
Yeah. Chubb gets a point. You get a point. You get a point. Everybody gets a point.
Oh, yeah, Speedy's really strong.
Yeah, his tyres. I mean, yeah, he has done a massive stint on those mediums. So let's see now. Anyone close? So James, almost within a second. Johnny Stokes coming around the final corner now. Great drive from Johnny Stokes. Takes the win there. Bosma coming across the line. And could actually miss out.
Made a mistake. Could Carl get back? No, not yet.
So we have Scotty. Is he going to pit Bosma? He doesn't. Scotty doesn't manage to do it. And now we've got Avi. Avi's coming across. Avi pips James, and Moyland here comes across and pips James, and McDutchface pips James. James is dropping here, but I think he's going to be safe now. So James, after the penalties, finishes in 7th. Liam comes across the line to finish 9th, and then Chubb is coming through the last corner now.
No. Sorry, I'm watching that battle between El Stefano and Carl. So El Stefano got overtaken by Carl, but was saved with a DRS detection point because he must have been behind Carl when it got picked up. Got back past him. So
and Speedy loses it, and he's only lost his wing. He got it across the line, but he spun out in the last corner, and then gets pipped by Womack because of penalties. Here comes El Stefano, crosses the line to beat Speedy as well.
Oh, wow. 25 of that. I did say they were going to go off. I think that was a bit too much. I think this game's a lot different on traction points. So shocking. A lot different than the last game.
So Moylan said, well, who could have seen that coming? Well, Moylan, unfortunately, mate, I think everyone sees it coming every race. It's more surprising when you don't spin. Yeah. That is gutting though, Moylan, because you kind of had that race kind of under control. I mean, Johnny was actually in a really good position the whole race, especially after McDutchface spun. But
you have to call Moylan the Mazepin of Rapid Racing.
Yeah.
Of RPR.
maybe we could call him Mazepin Hoyland.
Moylan's. What happens on Moyland?
He spun.
He had a spin. He had a spin.
She's being sarcastic.
Oh, okay. I was asking for what happened, Moylan. Yeah, I needed a safety car. With being on the hards, really. Yeah,
pretty much. So there we have it, everybody. First place and my driver of the day is Johnny Stokes there. Great drive from Johnny. Second place we have Bosma. Third place Scotty. Fourth place Avi. Again, great drive from Avi. Great drive from Scotty as well, to be honest. Everyone done quite well. Moyland in 5th. We won't say anything more about them.
Good recovery.
Good recovery for McDutchface. Had so much more potential there. Could have potentially won that race after his spin, but still great comeback drive for McDutchface. 7th place for James Howe, unfortunate with the penalties. 8th place Erez, 9th place Liam, 10th place Chubb, unfortunate with the spin. 11th for Max, 12th El Stefano, 13th Speedy, 14th Carl, 15th Nellers, 16th Al Jadifa, 17th Hud Sojo, and 18th Rob. Obviously after those two DNFing on the first corner. But it's unfortunate for a few people there. A few spins cost them, like I said. James's little moment, McDutchface's moment, Chubb's moment, and Moylan's moment all cost them big time, and it was so close throughout the whole race, especially after the two safety cars. There wasn't enough gaps kind of building up. There wasn't really any massive gaps someone could just slip back into, so those sort of spins really killed a lot of the people there. So that was really unfortunate. But again, a good race to be fair. Some overtakes, not as exciting as some of the others, but that is just literally the track not being ideal. But still a great race from everybody. Lots of stuff going on still. Spins here and there. Some nice overtakes. So yeah, my driver of the day goes to Johnny Stokes. So well done there, Johnny. Well done on the win. Congratulations to the podium people. And thank you for tuning in, everybody. Next week, let's have a quick look. See. Calendar. Next week is Azerbaijan. So I actually really like Baku. So let's see how that pans out.
Because I'm assuming I'll have another meeting at some point with the NFL. So I'll try to get on and see if I can try and jump on with you guys, because I do miss commentating on this because it's got my highlight of the week.
Yeah, Mondays are always kind of good. It's like, oh, I go to work, I'm like, It's like, but I get to commentate later on, so it's not all bad.
It's like when you work, but you work up below where you live.
Yeah, that's only bad. That's the bad thing about it.
Bad for you. You're home in seconds. What are you on about?
Nah. But you're also there in seconds, and you just don't get away from it.
It's very true.
But yeah. Anyway, yeah. So thank you everybody for watching. Hope you enjoyed the commentary. And we will see you next week for Baku. So congratulations to everybody. Well done for everybody finished. Commiserations for everyone that crashed out or had some coming together. But yeah, thank you everybody for watching, and good night.